I have seen Ollie's YouTube channel. Yeah, it's very good. I think it's very good to give people the insight to what it takes to run a professional landscape company, and I think Ollie portrays that very well.
I've been a big supporter for a long time, probably watched most of them, nearly all of them, and it's just nice to see someone young really trying to push and be successful in business.
A lot of us do sort of social media on quite a small scale, but it's nice seeing him actually fully going for it, fully sending an Asheville. The quality's amazing compared to trying to film on an iPhone. So that's the thing I like about it, is the fact that obviously he's put so much time and effort and energy into it, let alone money, to produce some really, really good, clear sort of content.
One thing that I really, really enjoy about the channel is his honesty. His honesty to how he faces problems and how he engages with his listeners about the real problems of owning a business and scaling up a business. It's definitely worth a watch. I know every Sunday I do enjoy tuning in onto this channel, so hoping it lasts for a long time, because so far I haven't been bored.
I think it's fantastic. It's really educational. It really gives an in-depth of what goes into running the business and all the great opportunities that come out of it. I watch it every Sunday at 8 every day. No, that doesn't make sense.
That's what
Welcome back. Episode number 56 of Learning the Hard Way, and this week we are going to be taking you to one of Hardwood Landscapes' finished projects. We're going to show you how we've wrapped up our job over in Farnham. We're taking you behind the scenes to some of our maintenance projects as well, but most importantly, at the end of the week we are heading over to the Glasshouse Collective to work as a community with a group of fantastic other companies, so make sure you stay tuned. It's one of our best vlogs in a while. Good morning, and what a positive start to the week it is. This weather is absolutely incredible. We are right at the beginning of March. There was a hard frost on the ground, but it's 11 degrees now at 11 a.m. It was my first 5:30 run up the M25 in a while this morning. It was definitely a little bit of a shock to the system, but I was up at a project that we are fairly constantly helping out on. There are some bigger phases of work to come there, so we're making sure that anything that they need a hand with, we are accommodating it. We couldn't accommodate it in-house. We don't currently have the right machinery or the manpower to squeeze it in, so reached out to Mark and our friends at Landform Consultants. So fantastic to see those guys on site this morning. Very nice to be able to subcontract a company like that in. Yeah, felt a little bit surreal, but yeah, cheers Mark. Thanks for lending us some of your team and some of your kit. Unfortunately, the reason we're there is the previous contractor planted a lot of the very big specimen trees that they had imported too low, and that's killed them. It's really important that when you plant, especially larger root balls, you raise those root balls up above the bed, mound the soil up to them. So the trees have been cut off to stumps, and Mark and his guys and their equipment are on site to get those stumps out of the ground, get those root balls out of the ground and get a new tree in place. So yeah, they just had to lay out some track mats, protect the lawn, get the stumps out. Should be nice and simple. They've got 2 days allocated, but we're hoping they can do it today. I am on my way now down to Guildford. I'm driving through as I head back home on the M25, so it made sense to stop in. Matt's on site, so we're going to go have a catch up with him and catch up with the Hardwood team. Hopefully everyone's had a good weekend. The sun is shining, so fingers crossed for a productive week. This was the job that I was referring to in last week, that we were waiting on a few decisions from the client to really be able to push forward. Now those decisions seem to have been made now, so hopefully we can really crack on this week. The clients, despite having these pressure treated softwood sleepers rated for ground contact down all boundaries pretty much to do the main retaining of this garden, the clients have decided though that they don't want to see any of them, so as the lawn slopes, we are going to be cutting in, so doing like a raking cut, cutting an angle all the way down them, which is in our opinion, fairly controversial move. We're not sure how it's going to look, but the clients are always right. So we're putting in that big main run down there. That's all going to have an angle cut in it. And then this run over here, once it's in, that again is going to have an angle cut in it. How we typically build sleepers is nice equal increments. You know, we pay a lot of attention to the face of the timber. We make sure all the screws and bolts line up perfectly and everything is sunk, and we use a spade bit to make sure that the head's sinking nicely. Look, here you go, I'll show you an example. We'll obviously sand off the pencil lines, but so do all of that effort and the clients don't want to see it. And I'll spin you around again. That dead straight. Good to see how it's all going. Matt's on the phone down there, on the phone to suppliers, getting some deliveries booked in for here now that some of those decisions have been made. What we want to try and do before the garden goes too far is a lot of the fencing. So we're re-fencing around the whole garden, every single boundary, which is a huge amount of material. So we don't want all of it delivered at once because it's just going to take up the whole driveway. So I think we're going to split it in half, probably do 1 and 2 of the boundaries first and then get the rest of the material in. Is the current plan. We're going to take you back over to Farnham now. This is a project that we've done a few phases at over the last few years, and we now do the maintenance there as well. This particular project in the driveway has been pretty tricky. We've been working with new materials. We've had Harry running a job that he hasn't really done that style of work before, but it's been a really good example of how the supportive culture at Hardwood has enabled us to let people like Harry deliver jobs like this. It's actually Andy and Jack that are wrapping this one up for Harry. There's some lighting involved, which is what Andy does best. So we're going to head over there now and show you how it's looking.
It's been another stunning day up at Farnham, and we have finally wrapped up our project, which is really nice to have done. We're basically just finishing it off, so it was the last little bit of pointing on the steps that needed to be done, and then getting the lighting in on the steps. The first chunk of lighting with the Collingwood spike lights went in when Harry completed, but obviously the steps needed to be built for the step lights to go in. So they've been gone in today. Had a little bit of a last minute panic when one of the lights wasn't playing ball, but we fixed that with a bit of stress, but not too much stress.
Yes! Yes!
Tomorrow we are just going to come back for an hour just to remulch, well, sort of re-bark chip the beds and stuff, because they got a bit trampled. So we're just going to sort of dress them in and sort of tidy it all up. Harry has run off to Berry Hill. I'm heading off to grab the chippings for tomorrow. Myself and Jack just have the last little tidy up. And yeah, so we're out of here. So yeah, have a look.
Good morning. The incredible weather continues, and very good to see our Farnham project getting wrapped up. So huge thanks to Andy and his team over there. Great to see all the stonework done, great to see the site looking so tidy, and great to see a really lovely little lighting scheme that we've designed and installed for those clients. They can control it all remotely, and I know have already been playing with all of the settings, etc. So when they pull into their driveway in the evening, it all looks amazing, looks really good. So we'll see if we can get back there for some night shots. But today, Jay is wrapping up the planting prep at the local job we've done for the pub. As you know, everything is painted there, it's all looking fantastic. The pub signs are back up, so the aim today is to get all of the soil prep done, finished, compost turned in, make sure Jay's happy with everything, and then he's taking a trip over to our local nursery to pick the plants for it. So we're going to go and check in with him now. We have a new videographer starting. It's Will's first time behind the lens. So let's see what the content looks like.
The boys have done a pretty good job here actually. They've painted it up nicely, nice black.
So next is to think about the plants that are going to go in. There's a few things for me to think about in planting this bed up. Maintenance is going to be a high priority for me to think about and consider. Things like access to water, so it's choosing plants that can be a little bit more tolerant of drought and various weather conditions, because the last thing I want to do is put tender plants in here that are going to die really quickly and make it look rubbish. I'm having to be very conscious that it's, what's that, certainly 3 if not 4 dimensional bed that I'm working with. It can be seen from all sides, so it needs to look good on all sides, so I'm probably thinking a little bit of symmetry. I'm probably going to go through with some heights throughout the middle. So I'm writing down or drawing myself a little plan of what I think is right. But with this plan, I then need to see what our friends Van Arnhem have got in stock. So let's go and have a look. Just been walking through the nursery looking for ideas, inspiration to add to the plant lists for the beds outside the pub. Plants that I think will really shine, stand out, and just make everything over there pop. So I'm looking at this beautiful Pittosporum at the moment. It's a lovely compact variety with a beautiful purple variegation on it. It's an evergreen plant, which means it's there for 12 months of the year. The fresh growth will be bright green, so again it will stand out. But Pittosporums, although they feel kind of soft and gentle, they're actually really tough, and so they'll deal with the harsher conditions of being by the roadside there, as well as looking beautiful, so they serve all purposes. But I'm also going to go and have a look around the nursery just to see if anything else jumps out at me and goes, buy me, buy me. So yeah, let's go and have a look, see what else jumps into my mind or basket.
Thank you very much, Jay. Like I said, the aim is to have that one done by the end of this week, today being Wednesday, so that means plants in the ground and all signed off. What we'll then do is just have a look at the space and see where we can put sort of an appropriately sized sign. It's the front entrance of the pub. We don't want to dominate it, but what we want is if anybody sees it and likes what they see and has a look at the beds, they see that it was designed and built by us and that they can get in touch, and we'd love to do the same for them. So that's what we're trying to achieve with that space. I, once again, am in the car, as you can tell, where I'm seemingly spending my life at the moment, and I'm heading up into Farnham this morning, going to go and present in person a quote, which is something I enjoy doing. It's a very good way of very quickly gauging everybody's thoughts and opinions and reactions, and then being able to react and respond very efficiently. So what it helps to avoid is the situation where you submit a quote, you just email it over, and then you get radio silence because they're just processing it. You don't know what they're thinking, you don't know what their thoughts are, you don't know what they want working on, what areas they want revising or expanding, etc. So by doing it in person, we can hopefully get over it. This client is actually out of the country, so we've got one of her family members and a professional representative representing her today. So not something I've done before, present the quote for somebody to not that person, so not entirely sure what their angle is going to be. I'm sure largely it's going to be making sure that the financial justification is there and the value is going to be added. But yeah, not nervous about it, but not entirely sure how it's going to go. It's been designed by Adam Vetra, and one of his design team, Donna, is going to be meeting me there. So at least I'm not outnumbered. I've got somebody on my side there as well, if you want to look at it like that. Really looking forward to seeing what they think and hopefully getting it over the line, because we're actually in a fairly good position now at Hardwood, which feels amazing to say. We've got quite a strong pipeline, and if you've followed these vlogs for a while, you've known how long we've been sort of working with Adam, but this will be our first formal build for him, which is very exciting. Welcome to the yard. It's Thursday afternoon. We have just had the maintenance teams come back in from another hard day's work. As you saw yesterday, Jay went plant shopping. It's good to see everything here ready for the pub job, and this is all going to be going in the ground tomorrow is the current plan. So fingers crossed that all happens. I've been having a bit of a sort out today. That little pile there is basically everything that lives and accumulates in the back of my work truck all the time. So I had a clear out to take it to get cleaned. We've also had a bit of a restock coming out of the winter. So as you saw, we lost some of our fencing. We didn't lose it, but it was quite badly damaged. And this Harris fencing, which is just tack welded together, is, once it's broken, it's pretty impossible to make it look good again. So we bought some new panels. We also thought it was a new opportunity to try out some new branded covers, like these ones. But the new ones you can take off and are actually machine washable, so we should be able to keep them looking much cleaner, which is great. This is our oldest tipper and is a bit of a spare van. However, it is actually out pretty much full time at the moment. The maintenance teams and landscaping teams are often fighting for it. Next week, Matt is going to be going in it because, if you remember, his van was driven into. Luckily, the people that drove into it have been great to deal with, very responsive, and we got them a few quotes for the bodywork and then new sign writings go onto that section, and they've agreed to pay it. They don't want to go through insurance, so that is absolutely fine. The damage to Jay's van is unrelated, but is being sorted. My understanding is he's had to buy the new parts and they're in his office. We do, I don't know if you think it's fair, but we get our guys to, whenever they prang a wing mirror, they have to repair it. We give them the van, we give them the fuel cards. We think that's a very fair offering, but if they go around and smash a wing mirror, even if it's by accident, it's on them to fix. Helps give a bit of accountability, I think, which is very important in my never-ending quest to make everybody's lives as easy as possible. We now have, and this was a recommendation from JJH Landscapes, so thank you, Justin. We've got a 30-metre extension, no, we've got a 30-metre pressure washer permanently fixed at the yard now. So this just plugs in, we run the cable up behind this cladding into the barn, and then the guys have just got a long pressure washer which covers this whole area. It's perfect for them, so when they get back to the yards they can wash the vans, diggers, any kit that needs washing super easily, so they have no excuse. Tomorrow we're going to finish the week on a high. We are building collaboratively a special feature in the glass house, so really looking forward to that. It's going to be Will's first day on the camera, so looking forward to getting him stuck in as well. So yeah, pretty good place to wrap up on a Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow over at the glass house. It's Friday, and as you know, I'm on site. Not only am I on site, I'm in t-shirt and shorts. So it's a good opportunity actually to do a little bit of a shout out for Big Boots. So I know I talk about their site clothes a lot. You know I wear their boots and their socks, which I am now. These are Big Boots, big socks. I'm also wearing the Elwood shorts, which are from them. And then also this t-shirt is from them as well. So literally head to toe in Big Boots. So yeah, talk about repping a brand pretty hard. We are here, and what we're doing today is there's a fantastic collective of APL companies. Everybody here is a business owner. They are mostly sort of similar in age and stage to me, which is really nice. We've got Darren from Hardwood Landscapes, Will from Radial Landscapes, Els from Tisserand Landscapes. We've got Mike Lott from, I think, MJL Design. We've also got Anna and Will, who are two young Landform employees. Of course, Alan and Mark from Landform are also here overseeing everything. So it's a really good collective, and everyone's just head down cracking on really. It's real graft. There's a lot of, obviously everyone is very skilled and very competent here, so there's a lot of cowboys, not so many Indians, so I've taken the role of just being a bit of an Indian today. I've just been labouring, which has been amazing. So it feels like a real day off. And I guess, look, that's largely the part of working for yourself, is getting to a point where you can start to choose what you do with your days without having an effect or an impact on the business. So none of us being paid to be here, we're all just doing it as a bit of a collective. Landform have given us lunch, they're taking us out for dinner, they're putting us up tonight as well. So it's going to be a real social. So yeah, it's all going really well. That's what we're up to. We've got access to all of Landform's very lovely, very exciting kits. You've seen me coming in and out of the glass house and this area that Landform have built a few times now. It's getting pretty together. They're actually opening formally in April, so I thought it was a good opportunity to talk you through some of the brands and businesses that are here. So what this is essentially is a group of suppliers, companies, a collective of people that Landform work with. So everyone's sort of at the top of their game. We've got Hanneman and Taylor, which are these incredible shepherd's huts behind us. Really, really lovely. We've got Garden House Design showing off a Renson canopy here. All of the paving is Shellivis. So this concrete formed paving. All of the natural stone paving over there is All Green. So All Green actually have that whole area there. They rent that and they've got all of their materials displayed. But in this area, you will see this garden room. So that's Paul Ransom's company called Into the Garden Room. They are very high-end, very premium, all completely bespoke made garden rooms. So rather than the kit form ones that you see online, sort of cheap and throw together at a weekend, it's real construction, so it's proper build quality. All of these incredible, huge pots. These are a company called Torque Pots, amazing industry leader in building these huge pots. They're all man-made and they're all made over on Guernsey as well. This is Jamie by Greenwood by Design, this big oak structure. So as you can see, it's still under construction. This will be an outdoor kitchen area at one end. The other end is going to be sort of material samples and storage for everybody else here to use, for All Green to use. So yeah, those are some of the names that are in here. So if you're involved with the landscaping industry, I'm sure you will recognise not only all of the contractors I've spoken about, but all of the suppliers I've also spoken about. And if you're just following the vlog because you're interested in what we're doing and sort of behind the scenes of the business, those are all businesses I really recommend you looking up and following, because there are some fantastic names there all doing some amazing work. A lot of those guys have got, you know, pretty big social followings, something I certainly need to get much better at, especially on the short form stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. This is our second day on site now, and we are pretty much there with the main bodies of the block paving, of the clay pavers that we're laying. So what we're currently doing at the moment is setting in all of the boundaries, making sure that all the perimeters are set in, because the next stage here for these guys to wrap up the flooring in the glass house is resin. So there's a resin bound company coming in to install all of that resin. So we just want to be as close to making sure we're ready for them as we possibly can be. Whether that's achievable today or not, I don't know, but the guys and girls are have made a fantastic start and some great progress so far.
This is a really exciting day because this is the coming together of a really interesting bunch of landscapers, the next generation. They're all superstars, they're all leaders of their own brands, and they're all doing great things. This Glasshouse Collective is all about collaboration. So we've brought in 6 guys and they're volunteering their time. We're feeding them and putting them in hotels and sharing this journey. And a couple of our younger guys, we've got Anna and Will helping out. But really, we'd put this base down of a compacted gravel. It just didn't work. It was dusting, it was dry. So we brought in 2 new supporters of the collective. We brought in Vandermortels, which are a really high-end, premium, handmade Belgian brick. And then we're going to put the resin through Adagrip, and that'll be going down. We've got this really interesting eclectic mix of a lot of the Vandermortel products, and that's going to be the main catwalk which will come through. So the main entrance, you'll come through on this main catwalk. On either side will be the resin bonded, and then we're picking up this in 3 bands to delineate these planting beds. So we'll have big plants in pots on gravel. This will be running bond of that eclectic mix, and then you come into the central plaza into a more kind of classical double herringbone in Vandermortel, but a muted colour, and then the far side will be all resin bonded. But for me, this is the kind of coming together of a very open, collaborative way of working. These are the cream of the next generation of landscapers. I guess I'm the kind of the old guard, but to have them being part of this is great. It's just great. It's brilliant.
We had the opportunity of getting involved with the Glass House, and it was an opportunity we couldn't pass by. The collaborative kind of approach, all the different manufacturers and suppliers that are getting involved, it was something that just couldn't be passed up. A great opportunity, a great space, really like it when our pavers are laid internally. We're doing some really cool examples down at the front, very different colours and a mixing, different ranges. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. The guy's doing a really good job. I think we're making them work for it.
Hi, my name's Darren Williams and I'm from Hardwood Landscapes, and I've just been helping with the block paving, it's the clay paver installation at the Glasshouse Collective.
So I'm Will from Hardwood Landscapes, just a small, very small company. We just hard landscape only. Eventually want to sort of dabble into maybe design and build. It's been nice doing all of this. Obviously, as you can see in the background, a hell of a lot of clay pavers, funky designs, a few tweaks here and there. But no, it's been good fun. It's not, I've worked with this group of lads before, so it's nice to have a lot of passionate people, all similar mindset.
It's really nice to be here with friends of the industry. So, you know, Ollie and Will, Darren, Justin, Mike, they're just people that we chat often with on social media or events. So to work with them side by side and to see everyone's skills come to life, it's been really enjoyable. I really enjoyed that.
It's been really good fun 2 days working with, you know, some like-minded individuals, everyone really passionate about the industry.
It's a credit to the industry really, having a space like this for contractors and designers to come and bring their clients and have meetings here. It's a really special place.
It's been fantastic to see everyone at work, some of the best in the industry, seeing how they solve problems, set everything out and just get going.
I'm an apprenticeship, it's my first year, I've been here since September last year. Today's a busy day, yesterday was a busy day, we're cracking on with the Glasshouse Collective.
Hopefully you're going to love what we've done, and if you do come and visit the Glasshouse Collective, you can always send us a message of what you think of what we've achieved with those clay pavers. They've been tricky to work with, they're beautiful material, they're really good fun to work with, and that rustic feel, that, you know, it just works well in this environment. And not only that, Ollie's a really nice guy, and he's grafted for someone that's not you know, on site every day. He's more office based. He's put a decent shift in, and it was nice to have a laugh with him. It's been hard work. Yesterday was really hard work. Today's a bit more relaxed. We're kind of working on some more detail edging and stuff like that. So we should get it wrapped up today, hopefully.
For me, this is the coming together of everything that I dreamed it would be. It's bringing together of excellence, and they're part of the journey. So super excited.
Mark's achieved something amazing. Obviously the Glasshouse is incredible, and through his brand and his mentorship and the access that we have as younger businesses have to him, we are able to all come together sort of under his brand, which feels great. So he's done a good job at capitalising on that brand. We're all members of the Association of Professional Landscapers as well, so it's a really good APL collective here, and hopefully a great representation of the future and sort of the younger generation in the landscaping industry that's currently pushing through. That was a fantastic couple of days with some really amazing business owners. I always get on really well with those guys. It was fantastic to do some labouring with them, and it's just great to be part of something where everybody has given up their time and resource to work collaboratively to build something incredible together. Thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. It all feels like it's starting to click again with our media teams. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe under the video, and we will see you next week for the APL Awards, where not only are Hardwoods nominated for 3, but Grab have sponsored 2.